Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine and I talk about very many things, various topics. Today I'm going to tell you about wait a minute. Hi guys, my name is Catherine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I talk about various topics and today I'm going to talk about famous heteras. Ever wondered why there's not so much corona in Qatar? Well, it's there, but at least controlled. Like not so many deaths, like you hear in other countries. It's such a small state, yes. At one time we had so many cases, so many in a day, like more than 3,000 in a day, but still people are not dying. Well, let me tell you the reason. Besides having very good medical facilities and being strict with precautionary measures, like you can be penalized for not wearing a mask, because even some are term in prison if you're not careful walking around without masks. You will be penalized. And we also had like drones moving all around, checking who's breaking the rules, gatherings, dispersing people. We had so many drones like that. Social distancing was being observed and it still is being observed. And the famous ETERAS. You see, ETERAS is an application that was made by the Ministry of Health to help track people who've been infected by the disease or are in quarantine or have not been vaccinated or vaccinated, so that you can be allowed to go into some places and not others, depending on what your ETERAS shows. So it's on the smartphones, and it looks like everybody now needs to have a smartphone in order to have these apparatus, because it's needed for you to move about, go to the malls, go to the cinemas, go to your workplace. Let me show you how it works. It is called the ETERAS. Everybody has it on the phone, and people arriving into the country also need to have it. They need to install it when they come into the country, even if you're a therapist. So this is how it looks like. This is the ETERAS. I don't know whether you can see it. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's not it. This is how it looks like. I hope you can see it clearly. Yeah, that's it. It shows your health status, your name, when you were last, your status, generally your corona status, and when you last diagnosed. Maybe, for example, I was last diagnosed on 101 days ago and I was negative. That is what it shows. And you can see this one is green. It has a green screen. This is my health status. It has a green screen and it has some golden frame around it, and that frame is moving around. That shows that I have been vaccinated more than once. So that golden frame is moving around, so that you cannot just take a screenshot and walk around with it to enter into places that you're not supposed to. If you are under quarantine, when you're on quarantine, this green screen over here changes into yellow. So when it changes into yellow, it's automatic, means that you're on quarantine and you cannot be moving around, because if you're going into the malls, they will need to check it. If you're going to the banks or entering any facility, they will need to check your phone first. It's called the ETERAS. They will need to check it first. You need to show, and then if it's showing yellow, of course you will not be allowed in, because it means you've been infected and you're breaking the rules by walking around. You can also be imprisoned for that or penalized. Yellow means you're on quarantine. Then it shows gray if you've been exposed. If you're exposed, it will show gray. Your screen will turn to gray, so that we know that you are exposed. Maybe you got into contact with somebody who's been infected, so you went for checkup, and then your screen will turn into gray until your results come out negative. Then it will go back to green. So when you're suspect, also you will not be able to move around because you don't know your status yet. And then we have the red status. When this turns red, it shows that you have corona, you are positive of COVID, and so you should be quarantined and not even moving around. Okay, you should stay wherever you are in your house and in isolation, and you'll be getting your food and everything from your room or wherever you'll be. If it's a serious case, then you will be in hospital, of course. So this is how it's being controlled by the status on your phone. That is if you've gone for checkup. Well, this is not 100% accurate because I can be walking with a screen like this that is golden, but I'm still positive because I haven't gone for checkup. So once it changes, that's why we still have the strict rules of having to wear a mask in public. Otherwise, I can be positive, but my screen is green still because I haven't gone for checkup. The screen only changes after you go for checkup because your health medical files are all connected under your mobile number. So once you're tested positive, they change on your records and it's reflected on your screen as well because they have your mobile number. That is how it works. And so what happens if you get closer to a person who is positive? Of course, it will send you a message. You will receive a message if you move close to somebody who has a red screen. That means the person has been tested positive. Even if you don't know, of course, I mean, if you're in a mall, for example, then you bump into somebody who came in by mistake without checking, because sometimes the security is also neglecting checking the phones, lazy ones, or maybe they're just too busy and they skipped you. Or maybe they did not check the moving screen of gray, of golden, whatever. Or because some people will take a screenshot and show it, and then the security will not check whether the golden frame is moving or not, or they will not go into details to check whether it's real or not. So sometimes you will bump into somebody with a red positive thing, green screen, because his screen was turned to red, so he will take a screenshot of a green one. In this case, you will be alerted on your phone that you're close to somebody who is infected. You immediately get a message. Of course, you won't know who it is, but immediately you will receive a message on your phone, and if you look at your phone, you will need to move away from wherever you are, at least to stay away from the people that you're close to, because you know that one of them is infected and is moving around. So you have to move away from the crowd so that you're not infected. If you're lucky enough to look at your phone, immediately you hear a beep, because it will beep and it is a message, so it will come automatically on your phone. Then you will see that you're close to somebody who has been infected, and you will move away, of course. And then let me show you something on this. It also shows that you have been vaccinated. Okay, it has your vaccination record, first, second, and third dose. If you've been vaccinated, it all has on it. The record is also on your phone. So in case you're going for any vaccine, you can just show your phone. It shows when you were last vaccinated, things like that. So even if you've lost your certificate or something, you can still show your phone, and they will follow up with the record. Like for the cows, like when they were vaccinated, they will put this sign on their bodies. But as we have them on the phone, at least, no need to put it on our bodies like the cows. So this is how we get along, and how we survive this. And then also it has some special notifications. You see, every day we do get information on how many cases of corona we've had every day, so that you know how careful you need to be. Like you have about 918, like today we had 819 cases of corona. So then we know whether the cases are going high or lower. Then we have to be more vigilant on how careful we are. That's how it is. Then it also shows the hotline numbers that you need to call in case of an emergency. You see, then it shows the number from the time that corona arrived in Qatar up to this time. How many have we had? How many dates? It shows you how many people died. Like so far, only 618 people died. 681 people died since corona began in Qatar. So we have all this information on the phone, plus a lot of strictness, big penalties if you're not wearing your mask in the street or at the workplaces where you're supposed to wear. And that's how corona is being controlled in these small states. One time we went to almost zero. Yeah, there was a time we did not have any. But of course it's a virus, so at one time or another it will suddenly blow up again, but then it's under control. That's how we survive this virus. Not survive this virus, that's how this virus is controlled in Qatar. Ciao, see you in my next channel. Like, subscribe and share.